Hello everybody! Today I'd like to share with you some of my favorite language learning resources. I've been interested in languages since I was little, and I've experimented with all kinds of approaches. My study habits are always changing, but there are a few things that I keep coming back to. So here's a brief list of the language learning resources that I've found useful. A couple years ago I came across a website called 50 Languages, and I was hooked. I've been using it on a daily basis since then. As the name suggests, this website contains a phrasebook in over 50 languages. Each language has exactly 100 lessons, with 20 phrases each, making exactly 2,000 phrases. I've memorized all 2,000 of these phrases in Georgian and Italian. This website is actually the basis for my Lithuanian challenge, and I'm over halfway through the Lithuanian phrases. As for the strengths of this website, I think it's great for beginners. The phrases are all very basic, and they cover the kinds of phrases that beginning students should know. I also like the substantial amount of content that this website has in each language. 2,000 phrases organized into 100 lessons is quite a bit. This website also has audio for every single phrase, translated and recorded by a native speaker. And most importantly, this resource is 100% free. There are lots of ads, but you can visit this website all you want and download the audio to your computer. 50 Languages does have a few minor flaws though. Phrases seem to miss a few words that beginning students should know. Words like chicken, animal, and name seem to be missing. But the phrases do cover a lot of other important words, and if they're missing a word that you want to know, you can always just look it up in a dictionary. Another potential flaw is that they don't have any grammar explanations whatsoever, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing. It is meant to be a phrasebook, not a textbook or a grammar guide, and you can always read about the grammar elsewhere. Potential weaknesses aside, I love the concept of the 50 Languages website. Its huge amount of quality content and the fact that it's free, in my opinion, make it a polyglot's dream come true. Another language learning resource that I use every day is Anki. As many of you know, Anki is a flashcard system that uses spaced repetition to help you keep tracks of large numbers of words and phrases. How it works is you download the program to your computer, create your flashcards, or download a pre-made card deck, and study them. You can also download the Anki app to your phone and sync it with the collection on your computer. When you study your flashcards, the system automatically pushes them further and further back every time you answer a card correctly. For example, when you have a new word and you don't know the answer, the system automatically shows it to you again in 1 minute. If you answer it correctly, it'll show it to you again in 10 minutes. If you answer it correctly again, it won't show it to you again until the next day. Then if you answer it correctly again, it won't show it to you for another 3 days, etc., etc. I use Anki every day because constantly and systematically adding new words to your vocabulary is critical to making progress in your target language. There have been times when I neglected this part of my language study, and it really affected my speaking skills. I once studied a language for months and months, hoping to build my skills just through speaking practice and reading, but I still struggled to say basic things. In my opinion, nothing can replace daily flashcard practice. Just as an extra tip, I recommend adding audio to your flashcards if it's available. Most languages have nuances in the pronunciation that you can't determine simply by seeing how the word is spelled, such as stress, pitch accent, the exact pronunciation of sounds that are spelled with the same letter, little shortcuts that native speakers often take, among other things. Hearing your words and phrases every time you review them will do wonders for your pronunciation and possibly even your listening comprehension. The next resource on my list is Readlang, which is a Chrome browser plugin that helps you instantly look up words and phrases as you read in your target language online. After downloading it, you can open any website and start reading. When you come across a word or phrase you don't know, you just click on it and it instantly shows you the translation right above it. It also saves each of these words and phrases to a collection of flashcards which you can review on their website. I have found this resource very useful when focusing on my reading skills in a language, and I definitely recommend it. If you have Netflix, you can download a browser plugin called Language Learning with Netflix. After downloading this plugin, you can easily turn on bilingual subtitles while watching Netflix. The Language Learning with Netflix website includes a catalog of movies and series that are available on Netflix, and you can search it by language. I was surprised to see just how many languages there were movies in on Netflix. You can watch content in many of the world's major languages and even a few lesser-known languages like Basque or Catalan. Besides the large double subtitles on the bottom of the screen, there's also a script on the right. You can hover your mouse over any word on the screen and it instantly shows you the translation of that word. With the paid version, you can also save those words to flashcards to review later. The last resource I'd like to talk about in this video is Italki. I'm a big fan of Italki for a few different reasons. The first reason is that I'm actually a teacher on Italki. I teach both English and Russian. It's a great way for private language teachers to find students, and it's a great way for language students to find teachers. You can find native speakers of over 100 different languages to practice your speaking skills with. Practicing your target language with native speakers is an indispensable part of learning a language. Unlike random people you might meet on the street while traveling in a foreign country who might not have the patience to listen to you struggle through sentences, or who might just switch to English, and unlike informal language exchange partners who might show up late or cancel at the last minute, professional teachers have to show up and help you learn. So I found that when I'm serious about learning a language, it's okay to spend a little money and have a native speaker correct your mistakes and help you move those language muscles so that the words and phrases you've learned become second nature. That's about it for this video. I hope you found it interesting and learned something new. Please like and subscribe and comment below telling me what your favorite language learning resources are. Also, if you're interested in learning English or Russian, check me out on Italki. Thank you. Спасибо. Achoo.